say this is where this comes in handy, because it's easier for me to use the tractor to move the trailer, and if you're moving it from the front like I am, it actually makes it a lot easier to move. So I can juggle the trailer out to the driveway where I can hook it up to the van a lot easier than it would me to try to get the van in the yard and then try to juggle it all out, because there's a few little tight little corners over there that would make it kind of difficult because of the length of the van and the trailer. Now if I was able to hook the ball up to the front of the van, it would be just as easy, but in that case it's not. So I'm going to pull this up over there and hook up put this down, get a little cake so I can see it. Now that it's going to be in the way naturally. Anything to there we go. Get over here. And then when I back into my light pole, there we go. So it's actually a lot easier, like I say, to maneuver the trailer when you're hooked up to the front. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute once I start getting over to the other side. I should have put the little latch down to lock the ball, but I'm not going to be going fast enough to worry about it. Alright, so let me turn over here, back into this. It's going to be easier for me to push the trailer out than it would be for me to pull the trailer out. Yeah, back into my fence. Why don't I? Alright, so should have put a hat on. The sun is getting in my face. So anyway, see what I mean? You can make much sharper corners with the thing hooked to the front, if you learn how to drive, that is. I forgot I put a 4x or 6x there. There we go. Keep out there. Now once I get this down there, I can put the boys in the kennel for a minute. Because I can't open the gate with the boys. They'll decide to wander, and I'll spend half the day trying to get them. Well, there's only 2, possibly 3 that will run. The rest of them would stay. Alright, let me shut this off for a second, and then I'll be right back. Alright, that thing comes in handy. See what I mean? Now what I'm going to do though is crank this up a little bit. Just in case, I don't want it too low. I'd rather have it up so it doesn't hit anything and knock it off the ball. But that little gadget I made there works great for this. And when I take the light pole down, I'll show you how that works for the light pole, because I use that for the light pole as well. So anyway, as I was saying, when it's hooked up to the front, it's a lot easier to maneuver, regardless if you're going forward or backwards. It definitely makes it easier. When I had my large boats, because I had a 27, a 32, 35, 36, 45, and I had my big F-250, I had the ball mount hooked up to the front and rear, because if I wanted to move it around the yard, it was a lot easier to maneuver with it being tied into the front of the vehicle. All right, now I gotta kind of situate this in a way that it's not going to be in my way, but yet where I can get the material off it easily. So for now, I'm going to try to take it, twist it right into between the fireplace and that old bench, and I'm going to just put it right there, just like that, and that should give me everything that I need. So, turn it off and crank down the wheel some. I should get a piece of block. I got a block someplace. If I put a block underneath it, I won't have to crank it down as far. You know what I mean? And seeing that I got a bunch of crap over here that I started to pull out of the garage, and from under the garage, I'll take this block and I'll put it under here. Hopefully it'll fit. Yes, it does. Let me raise it up a little bit more. So now I don't have to crank it down as far. And get the weight off the tractor and let it sit here. I may pull some of this stuff off it just to get the weight off the trailer, so the axles don't sit there and start to go, or the bearings. But for now, let me get the tractor out of the way, and then maybe I'll get some of those blocks off there and slide some of the 2x off.